Happy Friday, Caleb. We're going to do a real quick one this Friday. Real quick one. Just going to talk about Barnes & Noble, and as you can see, my insatiable need to keep buying physical media because it's what the kids are into these days, which is pretty awesome to see. So, coming to you today just on the iPhone, shooting in raw cam with my Moment T-mount blue flare anamorphic, so hopefully that looks cool. And let's start off with what I got from 2 trips to Barnes & Noble. In Boise here, the original Barnes & Noble in Boise on Milwaukee Avenue, not the best selection, but then I went to the new Barnes & Noble on Eagle, and it was literally less than half, so even worse. Anyways, here's what I got. I'm going to put this bag down just for having room to talk. Okay, we got the man, the myth, the legend, Werner Herzog, not directed by him, directed by Les Blank, but it's a documentary about the making of Werner Herzog's, almost said Nosferatu, and now I'm thinking Cobra Verde, but it's not either of those things. It was Fitzcarraldo. God damn. Don't know if you can see the Herzog box set right there, plus I've got the other Blu-ray set with the remainder of his films that weren't in that one. But yeah, Herzog, love that guy. Got a bunch of his books. He's a crazy, wild and crazy guy. So if you've not seen Burden of Dreams, highly recommend it. It's on 4K, but unfortunately no Dolby Vision. You Criterion, what in the hell? Come on, guys. So as you can see, not opened. I haven't looked at it yet, but we'll see. Hopefully, even without Dolby Vision, it'll be awesome. And the next up, kind of got mixed feelings on this one. There's a blind buy for me. The Elephant Man. Now, I know that it was briefly in the Criterion Collection before on Blu-ray, before going out of print almost immediately, but this is the 4K. Don't get too excited because there's no Dolby Vision. Bunch of extra features, and the reason this one is a little bit of a mixed bag for me is, I don't know. Like I said, I haven't seen it, so it's probably good, but I just was like, I don't know. It doesn't look that interesting, but it's Lynch, so I'm gonna be down with it. But then just this morning, I saw a. I wonder if we got some blue flare going there. Ooh. But just this morning, I saw a post on TikTok where somebody was saying that Criterion's going to be doing a big old box set similar to the one they just announced for Kubrick for Lynch. Doesn't surprise me at all. But yeah, so since I own every other available Criterion David Lynch film, don't know how I feel about that. It'd be nice to see some upgrades for Wild at Heart, but honestly, the Arrow box set of Dune, which I have down there somewhere, it's over there, I think, actually. Yeah, the Arrow box set of Dune is phenomenal. I don't know how Criterion would be able to top that, but we'll see. Might be something in my future, in which case you're going to inherit a whole bunch of David Lynch films. Then we got Life of Brian. Needs no introduction. It's the Pythons. They're pretty much flare. But yeah, the Pythons, and it's in Dolby Vision HDR. Hello, hallelujah! Finally, right? Oh boy, one of my favorite directors. Which I don't have enough of his films because a lot of them are obscure in his middle life, but in his later life, he broke out of obscurity finally in his 50s, and one of the films that led to his late life renaissance was Viridiana, starring the lovely Sylvia Pinal. Hopefully I'm pronouncing that somewhat close. Pinal? Yeah. Boy. Oh man, it's 4K. There's no Dolby Vision, just 4K. Haven't opened it yet. I really want to see what this looks like. This is just a gorgeous movie. And like I said, Sylvia Pinal did a bunch of pictures with Buñuel in Mexico, and God, I wish he would have kept her when he went to his European late life films. I really, really want to know what Belle de Jour with Sylvia Pinal would have been like, because, God, I don't like Catherine Deneuve. Anyways, there's that. Getting some hate comments, I'm sure. Next up, we got John Waters. Yeah. In 4K. HDR, not Dolby Vision. I'm sure this looks rough just because of the way that John Waters worked in those days, but a hilarious picture nonetheless. Glad to see it in the Criterion Collection on 4K. This was another blind buy for me. It's Lenny by Bob Fosse in 4K HDR with Dolby Vision. Now you might say, black and white, what's Dolby Vision good for in black and white? Oh boy, glorious is what it is. Good Lord. Check out any of the Kino Lorber 4K discs of black and white films in Dolby Vision. They're gorgeous. The early Kubricks. So it makes me wonder if it's worth getting the Criterion Kubricks, because I have those early Kubricks from Kino on 4K and they look amazing. But anyway, Lenny is about the comedian Lenny Bruce, played here by Dustin Hoffman. If you've seen All That Jazz, there's the scenes where the director in that film, who's totally not based on Bob Fosse, according to Bob Fosse, is editing a black and white film about a comedian, just like Bob Fosse was making this film. So totally not autobiographical though. So don't read too much into that. Okay, I do love me some Nicole Kidman, but even more so, I love Anne Heche in this film. Oh my God. Birth by Jonathan Glazer, the director of Under the Skin and other amazing pictures. Love Under the Skin. This one's a weird one. I really liked it when I saw it, but it just is kind of one of those haunting movies that you just start thinking about randomly. But beautifully, this one is going to be in Dolby Vision, 4K HDR Dolby Vision, and I can't wait to check it out. Came out in 2004. I think I had this on DVD, but it would be right behind me on the shelf. Pretty sure I traded it in in anticipation of getting this one, but yeah. I had the Blu-ray of my all-time favorite film directors sort of debut picture, so that one was long overdue for an upgrade to 4K Dolby Vision, and I'm talking about Jean-Luc Godard's Breathless. Oh boy, another black and white in Dolby Vision. That's probably going to look really phenomenal, even though it was kind of filmed really run and gun, literally, on the streets of Paris. So love that. We got our main man, Terry Gilliam, Time Bandits in, I had to make sure it was Time Bandits. Time Bandits in Dolby Vision, HDR, 4K. Gonna sense the theme here about this whole Dolby Vision thing. Whoa, I love it. All right, and then last but not least, again, same story. Had the Criterion Blu-ray, thought better upgrade to the 4K, even though it's lacking Dolby Vision. And now I'm feeling like a dupe, because if they come out with a box set, I'm going to be like, ugh, damn it. But oh well. Twin Peaks, Fire Walk with Me, David Lynch. Great movie. Love this opening scene. The slow zoom into a staticky television with the mournful music, and then bam, sledgehammer. That's how you start a movie, buddy, with a sledgehammer. All right. Well, speaking of starting movies, it is time to end this video. And so I will see y'all next Friday, where I'm going to come out with another Resolve video, because, man, those Resolve videos are doing good numbers, at least for me. I usually don't get a ton of views, so wow, it seems like people are super into Resolve. So apologies for no Resolve video this week, and I'll definitely have something Resolve flavored, I was going to say. I'll have something towards Resolve next Friday. Or maybe I should just split those off into their own separate thing. Let me know what you think. Should I keep the High Caleb Friday stuff just kind of catch-up videos, and then do Resolve videos in their own separate thing? Let me know. Anyways, take cares. No beverages today. sadly. And see you next week. Bye.